Welcome back, everyone, for episode 29 of our top 5 PvP battles. If you guys are interested in sending your own clips in for the top 5, send me a link to your clip to KristoferESO@hotmail.com. Without further ado, we have got Samislikvander on the Magicka Nightblade, just tearing it up outside of this enemy keep here, and he even has a few AD just watching him here as well. But after quickly dispatching his first target, Sammy turns to the next opponent here, this enemy warden, and he just applies a lot of pressure with the Swallow Soul. There we see the Soul Harvest come down into the Spectral Bow. Oh my gosh, a massive smack off the bow, and Sammy's going to turn to the next yellow player that's come in here. A super huge fear into the Spectral Bow. Again, the huge combo to bring that guy down, and now Sammy's going to open up on this Stamina Warden as well. Hits him with a lot of Swallow Soul into the Soul Harvest yet again, and Sammy brings that guy down, goes right away onto the next player here, trying to get the res. Sammy goes for the fear on the rezzed player and quickly switches to the player that has just been rezzed. He's very low resource. He cannot break that stun, and Sammy brings him down as well, and now he's got the Templar attacking him from behind. Sammy just goes for his heals, goes for his shield, and starts to kite back away from the entrance to the keep here. And Sammy just flexing that strong Nightblade heal over time. With his damage shield, he's able to tank out the damage, and he just continues to move up the hill, trying to get a little bit of a better position to fight these guys with a bit of terrain. And here he goes into the terrain, quickly goes forward onto the enemy Nightblade here, hits him with the fear, goes for his ultimate, but the enemy player just sidesteps the fear there. Sammy hits him with another fear into the Swallow Soul, and down he goes. And now Sammy is going to start fighting the enemy sorcerer here. So he opens up with the Swallow Soul and just continues to rotate on him, resetting his Merciless Resolve there. He wants to get that Spectral Bow shot. There we see the huge bow shot. The sorc actually dodges the attack. Sammy goes right back onto the aggressive, hits him with the fear, and then right into the Spectral Bow combo. Oh my gosh, such a huge smack. Very well played, my man. So coming in at number 4 this week, we have got Captain Chaos and Robin doing a duo on the Stamina Wardens, and they're both playing, I think, medium armor builds because they're fairly fast and they've got a lot of firepower. Here you see he just tanks out the damage. He already has the vigor up, and he's just going to move back into the corridor here, and they're going to pull this yellow player in. Oh my gosh, the Dawnbreaker Splash, the Subterranean Assault. Down he goes. They're going to reset all their buffs here. Robin goes for the ultimate on the Nightblade. He just rolls out of the way, and there we see, oh, the Wrecking Blow from Robin, the Subterranean Assault from Captain Chaos, and down that Nightblade goes, just getting squished. And they're going to move back into the keep here, just trying to pull these yellow inside the keep because there is a ton of yellow sieging this keep here. And the yellow opt to go for the reses, so Chaos and Robin move back outside, trying to put a bit of pressure onto them, but they quickly retreat, and Chaos and Robin go back inside the corridor here. They manage to pull 2 in. There we see the Northern Storm, oh my god, and the Dawnbreaker. That guy just gets crushed by the combo damage there, and Chaos and Robin are going to come back outside looking for more yellow here. They're just taking a few projectiles. Chaos making sure to heal himself as well. Robin's actually fighting another yellow player on the inside, and Chaos gets a nice Subterranean combo on the enemy Templar. The Wrecking Blow, a good stun there, but the Templar reacts well with the dodge roll and prevents herself from getting bursted, and Chaos and Robin are just continuing to rotate their buffs and wait for yellow to come in. There we see a huge Dawnbreaker. He actually, I think, brings a player down on the stack there, but taking a lot of damage himself. Chaos is going to come back up to the top of the tower. Robin moved around the other side to get to the top as well. We got both the Subterranean Assaults ready to go off there, and look at the splash from Robin. Both yellow players taking so much damage, and Chaos follows up with his own Subterranean Dawnbreaker combo, quickly dropping the next yellow player there. But there are still quite a few players here, and they're just going to come back up to the top, reset their buffs, reset the Subterranean at the same time, and look at that coverage. Oh my god, just shredding through the hit point bars of everyone that came up the stairs, and they're going to reset their combo yet again, continuing to move around, using their line of sight to help mitigate the damage from this group, and they're going to reset their Subterranean Assaults as they come up the top here. Robin goes for the Dawnbreaker Splash first. There's Chaos's Dawnbreaker. Oh my gosh, they kill 2 players right away, almost finish off the next player there, and there we see the continued pressure with the wrecking blow, almost bringing that player down yet again, and Chaos and Robin are just going to continue to rotate. They connect a massive wrecking blow on the yellow Templar. She goes for her heal right away after the dodge roll. Really great response, but Chaos and Robin are continuing to apply the pressure here, and they're just going to continue to keep their heals up, keep their vigors on themselves and each other, and there we see that heavy attack with the subterranean. They want to get that big combo. There's the wrecking blow. Great dodge from the Templar. Manages to survive, but it's not enough. The second player coming down with the combo on her. Both Chaos and Robin finishing that player off, and now they've got just this Nightblade left, and Robin actually clips him with a huge wrecking blow. Chaos finishing him off with the subterranean wrecking blow, and then these two work their way down to the bottom of the keep here to open on the back of the siege line. Look at this smack. Oh my god, they quickly bring down 2 players, 3 players on the back of the siege line there, and Chaos is not done. He goes for his next wrecking blow subterranean, trying to take down a player on the siege there, but the yellow have turned around and begun to respond to them, but Chaos is just staying in the middle of the stack. Look at that huge combo, nearly bringing down that yellow player, and Robin comes in from the back, putting more pressure into the group as well, but they're slowly getting surrounded by the yellow here. Chaos and Robin both just rotating the heals on each other yet again, doing a fantastic job body blocking for each other whenever the other player's under too much pressure, and there we see the heavy attack, the subterranean Dawnbreaker, huge combo bringing down 1 yellow player, nearly finishing off the second, and Robin goes in for the kill on the second player. Chaos coming in behind him, actually opening up on the yellow player here, but the yellow are slowly getting pushed out, and just look at how many red players are beginning to pour out of this keep. Chaos and Robin both resetting their heals, resetting their subterranean. Oh my gosh, a huge smack on the front of the red group there. They actually squished the poor yellow player that gets caught up in between it, and Chaos and Robin taking a huge amount of pressure from this red group, just going for the heals, but it is not enough. Oh my gosh. They get steamrolled by the group. Robin makes it out alive. What a fantastic fight. And now, coming in at number 3 this week, we have got Wild Ryan on his Magicka Sorcerer, and he's actually in an enemy red keep here, and he's just fighting these guys on the wall. He's got quite a few red on top of him, but Wild Ryan just goes for the curse into the execute combo there, hitting him with the big damage, finishing him off there, and Wild Ryan sees more red players coming on top of him. He's going to go for a few streaks, keeping his shields up as well, making sure to move into the tower, going for a bit of line of sight. These guys actually wanted to go for the res, but I think the red player actually just rezzed in the keep, and Wild Ryan goes for a split across the group. Really good play, just continuing to move around the opposing players here. The whole point is to keep that group not piled up on him at the same time, and here he comes up behind an enemy Nightblade. He opens with the curse into the Force Pulse, trying to get some combos on him there, but the enemy Nightblade is quite bulky, and Wild Ryan's just going to switch targets to the player behind him, but this guy's got 40k plus HP. Oh my gosh, she's taken a bit of damage, but she's also fairly bulky, and Wild Ryan just goes back down the stairs as he notices more red players beginning to come to this location, going for those dark deals, getting a bit of resource back as well, and he finds himself with an opposing red Nightblade on top of him. He tries to go for a bit of pressure there, takes the nasty in cap, notices more red coming on top of him, and he goes into his resto ult, comes back up the staircase. He's got an archer waiting for him at the top of the staircase, dropping the bow ult as well. Wild Ryan just continuing to kite around with the sorcerer, using that streak to just cut these short little distances, going for a little bit of a kite across the top there, and now he's in the next tower with the Nightblade still on his tail. Wild Ryan goes for the combo here, hits him with the curse into the Force Pulse, a massive explosion. The Nightblade just dodging the execute there, so close to bringing that player down, and Wild Ryan's going to move to the top of this building here, puts a bit of pressure into this mage guard here. He is very, very annoying if you're by yourself and you've got enemy players on you because of the negates and eclipses he can drop. Wild Ryan just going for the pressure on the NPC, bringing him down, and now he's going to turn and fight the red players. The very tanky red player just going for the CC there. But Wild Ryan's got his streak to stay mobile. He continues to just pick a target here, putting a lot of damage into this opposing sorc, but now he's got the opposing Atronach on him as well, and the red just continuing to pile up on here. Wild Ryan doing a great job cycling his shields, making sure to keep his defenses up, taking the streak stun, breaking it right away, rolling the attacks, going for the kill on this Nightblade there. Oh my gosh, just trying to get that combo down. However, the opposing Nightblade does a good job defending himself and getting heals from this Templar, and Wild Ryan goes for the Templar. Look at the damage, quickly bringing the Templar down, and now he's just going to turn onto this player here, the Nightblade, yet again on top of him. He tries to roll out of the Siege Blast, but he does not make it far enough, and an opposing Nightblade ganks him from stealth as well. A lot of damage coming in. Wild Ryan goes for the rolls into the streak through the group. Fantastic job. He's got the line of sight and the stun with that move, and now he's just going to work his way back up to the top of the tower as he's still got this Nightblade chasing him down here. Wild Ryan taking a bit of pressure from the Sorc as well, but just making sure to keep his buffs up too. Oh my gosh, he lets his shields go down, trying to finish off the Nightblade, but as soon as he realizes he does not get the kill, he goes back into his shields, takes another shot from the siege as well. He's got to have the shields to tank that out, but Wild Ryan's got a ton of sustain on this build, so he's just going to use his Dark Deal in between combat here and continue to apply pressure to this guy. He's got the curse combo. He wants to finish him off, but yet again, he is not able to sit on the kill. Just a little bit too much pressure from the opposing group, and Wild Ryan forced to the bottom yet again. Oh my gosh, and he just nukes the player as he comes up around the corner. Down he goes, and now Wild's going to fight the enemy Nightblade. Takes a huge incap from him there, but he responds well with his shields and his heals and just continues to apply pressure here. He bursts the player, going for the res, and drops the bash on him into the execute. He goes down. Wild Ryan getting another kill at the top of this tower, and now he's going to turn and fight these Nightblades here. He goes for pressure on one, quickly switches to the other one. He wants to figure out which target's going to be easier to take down here. Lots of curse damage on these Nightblades as well, but they are putting out a lot of pressure too. Wild Ryan's got to keep an eye on his shields, but look at that spike, bringing that player down. Such a clean combo, and the last Nightblade jumps on top of him, and Wild Ryan is going to get loading screened. Oh my gosh, the enemy Nightblade goes for his heal, and Wild Ryan's going to reset here, go for his curse combo into the frags, hits him with the Dawnbreaker into the execute. Oh my gosh, the enemy players coming up the side with the barrier, saving the Nightblade. Wild Ryan working so hard to get that kill, and now he's got this Sorc and a bit of siege on him as well as the Nightblade comes back up around the corner. And he's followed by another red player just being a little shy to come up the top here. But as you can see, she's spamming heals and purge. So Wild Ryan's going to have to get those nice clean combos to get the kills here. He tries to put a bit of pressure on this Sorc as the enemy Sorc has very low HP. The enemy Sorc actually rolling around a lot here, but Wild Ryan gets a great combo off on him, quickly bringing him down as well. And he just keeps his shields up yet again, tanking out the Nightblade. And now Wild Ryan is going after that enemy Templar. He can see her wanting to go for the res. He hits her with the combo there. She goes around this side. Wild Ryan waits for her to go through the door, and she drops down to the bottom. There we see the Force Pulse. Such a snappy kill, and down she goes. And Wild Ryan works his way back up to the top. He's got the Nightblade here, who did res the opposing sorcerer, and Wild gets a huge combo on the enemy Nightblade. He just slips away yet again, and now he goes for the Dawnbreaker on the sorcerer. Oh my gosh, so clean. Into the executes on her. She cannot out-heal it. Down she goes, and Wild Ryan's just going to take this Siege Blast there and continue to fight this enemy Nightblade. And the enemy Nightblade just being very fierce, just putting a lot of pressure onto Ryan here, but Ryan is just going to keep his shields up, hold his ground, and continue to work this guy down with his curse combos. There we see the curse into the frag. Nice big spike. Yet again, another frag. The Nightblade jumps down, and he actually survives. He does get away. What a great fight, though. Fantastically played, Ryan. And coming in at number 2 this week, we have got Jab the Legend yet again on his Stamina Sorcerer. And here you can see he's in an opposing red keep, and he is just killing players on the wall. He already took one down. He's going for the pressure on the other player here, goes for the dot up, continues to rotate his heals as well to make sure that he can't take a lot of damage, and he's just going to continue to apply pressure. The enemy guard's just doing a lot to stun him here, but Jab's not phased by it. He's just going to continue to fight this guy, and he just rotates wrecking blows on him. Another red player comes up the tower here, and Jab is just going to go up to the top just a little bit and then reset on these guys here. Goes for a blood craze, ends up hitting the player in the front. Actually, I thought he hit the NPC. There we see the Dawnbreaker into the Executioner's. Jab bringing down his first player there, and now he goes for the Dizzy Swings, resets his buffs as well, and re-dots up this opponent. The enemy Templar goes for the Javelin there, but Jab the Legend's just going to continue to rotate the Dizzy Swing. The Templar does not purge any of the dots, and down she goes. Jab's going to open up on the next player that comes up here. The dizzy swing into the Dawnbreaker, quickly putting a lot of damage into this enemy Dragon Knight, and he responds right away with his corrosive armor, but Jab is not going to stop attacking him here. He's going for the Executioners. He wants to kill this guy through his corrosive, and he does. Down goes the Dragon Knight. Jab's going to come back up to the top, prevent this guy from getting the res, bash him there, and just go right into the dizzy swings, putting pressure into him yet again. The enemy NPCs dropping the negate on top of Jabs, but he is on a stand build, so he can definitely keep fighting in it. Continues to go for the dizzy swings here. Hits this guy as he's trying to go for a res. The opposing player does not break the stun, and Jab brings him down with a few executes there, and now he's just going to continue to sit at the top here. He does not want to let these guys get a res. Gets another bash there. Dots him up, goes for the dizzy swing, the Dawnbreaker into the Executioner. Oh my lord, this guy just hanging on at the edge. He's got barely any HP. Jabs hits him yet again with the dizzy Executioner, and down he goes. And now Jab's got four more players coming back up through here. A fifth player as well. Jab's got a lot of pressure on top of him here, but he does not stop. He goes down to rebuff, comes back up, bashes both reses, and just channeling those heavy attacks to get that resource back. There we see the Dawnbreaker. Oh my gosh, he finishes off another player at the top here. Sees this guy going for the res. Jab's going to interrupt the res there, take the fear, and just reset his heals here, reset his buffs, taking a lot of damage from these guys. He bounces around, gets another bash off, just continuing to take a pounding from these guys. Jab's just going for his heals, kiting around, gets another interrupt. These guys cannot get a single res off while Jab is here. There's the Dawnbreaker yet again. Jab wants to get another kill, almost getting the kill there. And Jab yet again goes for a little bit of a kite down the stairs, but then he decides, okay, there are too many red players here. I've got to retreat. So he goes back through the corridor here into this next tower, goes up to the top, just setting all his heals, setting all his buffs. A single red player follows him up here. Jab's going to set him up with the dots, hit him with the wrecking blows there into the Executioner. Damn, what a fight. And finally, guys, for the #1 clip this week, we have got Qwazz on his Magicka Templar, and he is playing a dual-wield sword and board, full melee Magplar, and Qwazz is just kiting back from some Nightblades. He goes for his Spear ultimate into the Jabs. Oh my gosh, did you see the damage on that smack? That guy gets absolutely nuked, and Qwazz is going to go for a mist, go for a little bit of a kite around the rocks, continuing to purge off those effects and heal himself. And just look at this movement gameplay, the direction change as he enters mist. He completely kites out the Northern Storm, and this guy wants to go for the res. Qwazz hits him with the interrupt into the Spear ult, into the Jabs. What a spike, yet again, absolutely nuking the red player down, and Qwazz is going to go back into the rocks here, set his heals off, and get the bash off yet again into the Jabs on this guy. Qwazz taking the enemy Soul Assault as well. He decides to not commit to the kill and just resets around the corner. This guy's going for the res. Qwazz gets the interrupt into the Spear ult. Yet again, a massive smack. Oh my gosh, the damage on this Magplar is absolutely insane, and Qwazz is just going to continue to rotate around the rocks. These red are getting scared of him here. He goes for his Spear ult yet again and goes into the Jabs, putting the pressure on this red player here. Hits him with the stun off the reverberating bash, and then bashes the player going for the res. And now Qwazz is going to dot him up into the Spear ult, into the Jabs. The sustained pressure from this build is absolutely insane. The power of the light bringing that guy down. What a play, and what a sweet build. And finally, Qwazz has got a last red player that comes in at the end here. He's just going to set his combo on this guy here, go for the Spear ult, hit him with the Reverb Bash, and the Jabs, and down he goes. What a fantastic fight. And finally, guys, for our outro clip today, we have got a rusty sword collecting the tax in the Imperial City. So I hope you guys enjoy the outro clip as we say our goodbyes here. A huge shout out to everybody who sent the clips in. We have got links to everyone's channel, so if you guys want to check out any of these fine ESO creators featured today, go check them out. Give them a like, give them a sub, guys. Show that love in the community. And finally, guys, if you want to send in your own clips, like I said before, you can send me a link to KristoferESO@hotmail.com. And I also feature builds, so if you guys are interested in sharing your specs, you can send those in as well. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. I've got tons of regular ESO content coming, so be sure to tune in and check more of that out. If you guys are interested in live gameplay from me, you can always check me out on Twitch. A link, of course, is in the description below. And finally, we are sponsored by What the Fast. They're a VPN for gamers. They give me better ping to my favorite games, and they're free to try for the first 15 days via the link below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I can't wait for next week. Have a great night, everybody.